you really expect investors to want to come to Trinidad and Tobago when you describe this country as a lawless dump? And I say shame on the Prime Minister that on the one hand, on the day that you are being sworn in, you talk about love and love and love of your people. And within months, you are giving to the people of Trinidad and Tobago no hope, absolutely no hope. And the truth is that the Prime Minister has found herself in a position where when you look at the allocation for several ministries, when you look at what has happened as it relates to revenue, when you look at what has happened, that in 3 months, our country has been downgraded twice. When you realize that the price of oil has now been reduced and you find that the revenue that you expected is no longer coming, you are now blaming the people of Trinidad and Tobago for your mismanagement, for your incompetence, and for your inability to properly understand basic financing.
Trinidad and Tobago. I recently just came back from the country. The country has been showing me so much love, so I wanted to show you how much I spent as a solo budget traveler traveling to Trinidad and Tobago. Starting off with the flight, which was $338 with United Airlines from New York City via a layover in Houston, Texas to the capital, Port of Spain. Then it came to the hotels, which I stayed in a $55 hotel and a $30 hotel. I also uploaded a $60 hotel, but that one was completely free by the owner, I'm not gonna lie. So the $55 hotel for 3 nights was $168, and the $30 hotel for 2 nights was $60. The guy owned the $30 hotel and he upgraded me to the $60 hotel for 1 night for free, which was so awesome. Then it came to the drip, the Trinidad and Tobago hat and chair, $10, $15. Also got a picture frame of the Trinidad and Tobago flag, which represents the colors of the flag, and a little magnet. This was $22 total. Then it came to the food. I went all out on trying every food, from the roti to the doubles to the KFC to the aloo pies, everything. I think I spent a total of $250 US from tipping people as well. Then it came to the excursions and transportation. From the airport, I took a taxi for $45, and then I took the bus a lot of times, and a lot of shared and maxi taxis, which came out to a total of $85 US. And then it came to the excursion of going to Bucco Beach and Nylon River Pool for $35 US. The total I spent in Trinidad and Tobago, $983 US. Let me know if it's worth it, and let me know if you guys want me to come back, because I really love the country, love the food, love the culture.
So the real economic problem in Trinidad and Tobago isn't a shortage of foreign exchange, and it isn't low investor confidence. It is the belief that the old economic model, the dependence on the energy sector, is going to make a comeback, and that will move us forward. I am Mariano Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of the UWI Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business. No economy is immune to economic shocks, but the Trinidad and Tobago economy is anchored in energy market volatility. We are dependent on the international prices of the energy products that we export. So therefore, our rise is as steep as our decline. But our problem is not energy market volatility right now. Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector has been in steady decline for more than 2 decades. In the pre-war years, Trinidad supplied nearly 40% of the British Empire's oil. After independence in the 1970s, we produced around 240,000 barrels of oil per day. Today, that figure is down to about 54,000 barrels per day. Natural gas production has also fallen sharply. This trending downwards is owed to the steady depletion of mature fields. The real problem is that successive governments have failed to develop alternative export-driven models which generate the necessary revenue to replace the energy sector as our mainstay. Whilst it has been true that non-energy revenues have been growing, our governments and our private sector have been waiting around expecting that projects like Manatee and Dragon will deliver the glory days and big pay packets. In a sense, we're like passengers waiting for a plane that has been taken off service. Like our heyday of oil and gas, we need to see similar or greater explosive growth in the export of local goods, services, tourism, and foreign investment to build on our energy foundations. Revenues from oil and gas have aided in the development of Trinidad and Tobago. But the real question that we now face is this a legacy that is holding us back? So what do you think? Are we stuck waiting for the old economy to come roaring back to life? Or is there an alternative? Let us know in the comments. Businesses in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean are facing one of the most turbulent periods we've seen in generations. And when markets become more unpredictable, the cost of poor leadership goes through the roof. These are the realities of global business. Decisions made on the other side of the planet affect how we do business right here in the region. I am Mariano Brown, the CEO of the UWI Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business. Armed conflicts and tariff wars are disrupting trade and investment. Geopolitical tensions are sinking old alliances and throwing out the rule book on international business. Trade disputes are snarling global supply chains. Supply chain disruptions cause delays, shortages, and spike costs. Additionally, cybersecurity threats are becoming more sophisticated, frequent, and costly. And then there are the advances in AI upending entire industries and redefining customer expectations. Here at home, we have our own domestic challenges. Persistent foreign exchange shortages affect business operations. Slower economic growth and lower consumer spending, all of these complex factors are on the menu for every Trinidad and Tobago business. If that weren't enough, local companies are dueling with international competitors, poaching their customers through digital channels. Yesterday's business playbook wasn't written for today's realities. The Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business MBA is a living organism that evolves to keep pace with changes in global business. In our MBA program, business leaders and managers learn to navigate one of the most volatile business environments in modern history. This defining moment is telling us that experience and past learning just don't cut it. Businesses that come out on the other side of this period will be run by leaders and executives who can renegotiate a supplier contract when the exchange rate moves against them, rethink options when a supplier becomes rigid on terms, or build a flexible strategy that survives in a market changing every quarter. The Arthur Lockjack MBA prepares you to make better decisions amid uncertainty and spot opportunities where all competitors see is chaos. Applications for the Arthur Lockjack MBA are open now. If you want to train alongside executives and managers who are preparing themselves to lead through disruption, snatch opportunity out of discord, and make the decisions that will shape our region's future, type the word MBA in the comments.
Trinidad and Tobago isn't a particularly touristy country. It's an oil-rich nation that has never really needed to market itself as a Caribbean beach destination. It's not the type of place where Americans get off a cruise ship, spend a day at the beach, and leave. Instead, I came to experience its unique ethnic and religious diversity, shaped by its history as first a Spanish and then a British colony. Chinatown in Port of Spain is home to several Chinese associations, which are organizations established by immigrants from different regions of China to provide shelter and support for newly arrived members of their communities. The Indian influence is just as strong. I tried a delicious Indian-inspired street food called doubles, as well as bacon shark, which is essentially a shark sandwich. The Jewish community in Trinidad grew to around 600 members in the 1930s because Trinidad was one of the few places that did not impose entry restrictions on Jewish refugees fleeing Europe. However, the British authorities would not allow them to establish a permanent synagogue, so they instead worshipped in this private house. If you look closely, you can still see the Stars of David on the outside. Because they were never permitted to establish a permanent synagogue, the community never became firmly rooted, and most, but not all, eventually left the country. The last European Jewish refugee to Trinidad passed away in 2014. Today, the Jewish community consists of several dozen expats, but none are descendants of the original refugee community of the 1930s. There are still streets in Port of Spain named after prominent Jewish and Israeli figures. That's Trinidad and Tobago in a nutshell. It may not be a traditional Caribbean tourist destination, but it's one of the most culturally and ethnically diverse countries I've ever visited.
Signed, agreed, still no money. Late last year, the PSA and the government signed a deal. 10% wage increase for public servants. That part was done. What wasn't settled, however, was the $3.8 billion in back pay. Government offered 40% in cash and 60% in non-cash benefits. PSA said no. They countered with 60% cash and 40% non-cash. They won the 40% non-cash in food cards and fuel vouchers. The counter was submitted almost 2 months ago. Since then, the CPO hasn't even agreed to sit down with them. His office says they're still considering the response. Now, PSA President Felicia Thomas is going public. She wrote to the CPO requesting a meeting. He said he wasn't available. Her words, this is the first unsettled settlement in history. Settlement was reached. Workers was told their money was coming. 8 months later and they're still waiting. Not for a resolution, for a meeting. They got the agreement. They didn't get the money. Right now, they can't even get a meeting. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe the CPO is handling these public servant negotiations well? Like and follow as always.
Could it be possible that some of us were scammed while paying our traffic ticket online? Well, that's what I'm hearing. And as a result of what I'm hearing, I am calling on the Minister of Transport and the Minister of Finance to come out and either acknowledge or deny that there's a fiasco happening behind the scenes regarding the online payment portal for fixed penalty notices in Trinidad and Tobago. Because it's been alleged by former employees of the National Payment Innovative Company of Trinidad and Tobago that persons have been paying their fixed penalty notices online with credit cards. The money has been deducted, but it's not being reflected on the Ministry of Transport's website, which means in their eyes, the payment has never been made. But it gets worse, because apparently, WePay was the backbone for this whole payment infrastructure system, and because of an error behind the scenes, either deliberate or accidental, WePay hasn't been remitting the money to the Treasury. So the money has just been staying in WePay's account, and it was discovered after an audit that hundreds of thousands of dollars was just chilling in WePay's account, not being remitted, in other words, not being sent or forwarded towards the Treasury. So they fired WePay, and as a result, both ministers are silent on the matter as there's a mad dash behind the scenes to find a replacement for WePay. But because there's a mad dash to find a replacement, they are not going through the regular procurement methods. So if these allegations are true, right now it's total chaos behind the scenes when it comes to this online payment system. Now imagine the chaos for any citizen that have to actually go and prove that they paid their ticket online. This place is a joke, you know.
Good morning, everyone. So this is my Saturday rant. So I'm here, we're heading out to the beach actually, and I'm just going to I have a cake to do later tonight, and it's a chocolate ganache cake. Chocolate ganache is quite expensive. This little bad boy here, I remember I used to specifically go to Price Smart to get this because it was always cheaper in Price Smart. It used to be like $65, $68, it went up to $70, $75, $80. This is $97 now. $97 for 1 liter. And if you're doing a large enough chocolate ganache cake, this is probably all you're going to use, nearly all. It depends obviously on the size of the cake and what you're going to use it, the application you're going to use it for. But this is so expensive now. What are we doing? If somebody asks me for a chocolate ganache cake, I literally have to start charging for just the container of whipped cream. Let's call it $100 and done. It's $100 for the cream. The whipping cream. Just to give context, I have a 6-inch 3-layer chocolate ganache cake to do later, and I'm just setting this. I'm just using this amount for right now. I'm more than likely going to need more. I have 500 grams of chocolate here already, and I'm going to add 500 grams of the heavy whipping cream. I don't know, 500 grams, and the container is already halfway through. So for a 6-inch 3-layer cake, you just generally have to count the pack. I don't know how this is. This used to be $60-something back in the day. That's just my rant for today. Have a great Saturday, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Trinidad and Tobago, I have a quick question for you. Are you tired of this yet? On Tuesday night, in a response to TV6, the Prime Minister said Facebook troll Rowley failed to protect this country and is now angry that a stinking coolie, as his supporters call me, is doing the job he never cared to do. I don't even know what to say. It seems that every day this week, Kamala Prasad-Bissessar continues to subject the whole nation to sick racist rants against the East Indian community. After the 15-minute audio leaked to Jack Warner's Sunshine Today, most of the country isn't buying the assassination plot's claims. So the new political strategy is to try the racism angle, throwing the country back into the 1960s in hopes that it rallies the East Indians against you-know-who. Divide and conquer, keep the racial hatred alive, so that the country doesn't focus on what the politicians are doing. We're not buying what Kamala Prasad-Bissessar is trying so desperately to sell. Local elections are due in 2027. General elections are due in 2030. Trinidad and Tobago, it's been 16 years of this Rowley-Kamala PNM-UNC back and forth. Are you tired of it yet?
Trinidad and Tobago. So the UNC, its trolls, and some members of its support base are up in arms because of racist comments that were made towards Kamala Prasad-Bissessar in a leaked audio, allegedly, of Star Sabga. Now, they're calling for a boycott of Blue Waters because Star Sabga is a relative of the owners, Dominic and Genevieve Hadid, or Dominic Hadid, of Blue Waters. They're saying that racist comments were made towards the Prime Minister, and as a result of which, Blue Waters should be facing a boycott. So in other words, what they're saying is that racism should have no place in our plural ethnic society, multi-religious, multi-ethnic society. I agree. So on that note, I want to ask this question. Should the people of Trinidad and Tobago pull their support from boycott Kamala Prasad-Bissessar and the UNC? And for the same reason as to why the UNC and its trolls are calling for a boycott of Blue Waters for racism. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar has stood up on many public platforms and publicly referred to Dr. Keith Rowley as an Oreo. That is a highly inflammatory, highly racist, highly derogatory comment. And yet, it is a comment, it is a phrase that is used liberally across all of the UNC pages, across all of their troll pages, used by members of their cabinet, members of their executive, liberally and publicly. Now, if that audio is of Star Sabga as it is being claimed, she was having a private conversation with another member of family. So you could imagine then if the UNC uses the term Oreo so publicly and so liberally, what terms they may be using also, far worse when in private conversation. So my question is, you have a sitting government minister in the cabinet, more than one I should say, but this one in particular, Philip Alexander, has consistently referred to Syrians as hairybacks, again, highly derogatory and absolutely racist. Monkeys, house slaves, house Negroes, all very offensive, very racist comments. And the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has sat on her hands and said nothing about it. She herself using the term Oreo, all of which are highly derogatory, absolutely racist comments. So if the UNC is calling on and their supporters and their trolls are calling on the public to boycott Blue Waters because of racist comments that were made by a family member, then should the public also be boycotting the UNC and Kamala Prasad-Bissessar because of racism, because of their racist comments towards the Syrian and African community? That's question number one. Question number two is, how did the government obtain this audio? Did the government or the body who obtained this audio have a warrant to intercept this phone call? Who applied for that warrant and under what grounds was that warrant obtained? Because Trinidad and Tobago, this call was intercepted. This was a private call that was intercepted between two citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, not public servants, not business owners, two private citizens. So if the government is intercepting or is having a conversation intercepted, do they have the legal documentation to be able to intercept this phone call? Where is that warrant? Who applied for it? And under what grounds was that warrant obtained? You need to ask yourself, Trinidad and Tobago, is Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the UNC government, are they spying on the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Is your government spying on you? This is a very serious question that needs to be asked, because the question remains, how was that audio recording obtained? And was there a warrant to intercept a private phone call between two citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Trinidad and Tobago, just remember that this is a government is always a group of people that were voted into office by the taxpayers and can be also removed from office by the taxpayers. Is this what you consider to be acceptable behavior from a government? Is this what you consider to be a normal consequence of governance? Is your government, the UNC led by Kamla Persad-Bissessar, spying on the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Sure that most of us would have heard the tape that was leaked. I'm not one of those who share the view that the government leaked that tape in order to get support. I suspect that someone in the SSA leaked the tape because they were very concerned about what was being done. That is my personal view. But rational, sane people would be concerned as to how could you on earth use our emergency powers to arrest, detain without charge, and hold people for more than a month based upon that conversation. Now, persons hearing the tape would say, all right, well, maybe, this is just part of the evidence. This couldn't be all. It really couldn't be all. But lo and behold, we see the story in the Express newspaper yesterday morning, and the story of your colleague, Miss Anna Ramdas, where she highlights the affidavit evidence that none other than the Minister of National Security gave in the High Court sometime last week. And when you read that, lo and behold, it appears that is the only evidence that they had. And that is shocking. It's easy for, as some have done, because we see on social media, to nitpick and take part and say, well, yes, she said this. When you take the conversation as a whole, as a rational, sane citizen should do, there's no evidence of any plot. There's no evidence of any conspiracy to assassinate anyone. And what is even more shocking is that the participation of the niece, Miss Genevieve Sabga, Hadid, in the conversation is minimal. She's saying auntie, and in very mild tones. And what is even more disturbing, Marlon, having read the story in the Express yesterday, is that it appears as though there's no evidence against Dominic Hadid. On what basis was Dominic Hadid arrested? It appears as though that our democracy has been and is being undermined actively by none other than the government of the country. And that is very, very unfortunate.
What salary you think you need in Trinidad and Tobago in 2026 to live comfortable?
Depends on your household. I say between 6 and 9.
6 and 9.
Some people make it work. I guess they live within their means. But some people who live enough at $3,500 a month, paying rent, meal prep, and all these kind of things. And I think food on the whole is actually take a lot out of you.
Yeah. Correct.
Purchasing food on the outside. I had to purchase breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But not even just purchasing food. I think all in the groceries and all too.
Yeah, prices going up and everything.
Yeah.
So it real tricky, and it hard. It real hard, because I guess every day things going up. Taxi fare going up. You say groceries going up and all these kind of things going up. So it kind of like real hard.
I know it are people out here working for less and making ends meet. So hats off to you.
Another day, another adventure. People only know what time it is, what it's selling on itself. We outside today, got an emergency brand 50 people. Yes, we are the medal hunters in the house, people. Medal hunters in the house. You know what time it is. house. I do business, so they know why I'm here, right? I'm here for the food and the snacks. I see what can rack up to the people. Put my bag in my pocket.
These blessings are not the name, but in your name. Amen.
There you go, Nigel. There you go, Ian. People, I hate that zoo stretch. I hate it with a passion, people. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Almost there.
There you go, Nezo. I'm gonna leave me. So it was my friend, boy.
Good morning, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you. Alright, so let's see what we have in this bag. And this bag is loaded. Right. True Bread is back, people. True Bread is back. True Bread is back. Buy two. We have some toppers, some new flavors. There's a jalapeno cheese. Don't know. We have what? Chicken flavor. Ramen sticks. We have some more toppers. Two bomb flavors. Best doubles, people. Cola ice doubles. Two doubles. Whoop whoop. We have some Lucozade. Buy two. We have yogurt. Like my name is 2 Chains. We have sweet style corn. Wow. We have a book. It could be a diary. Could be something. We have a banana. And we have 2 wafers. Right, so I have 2 bread. I have no excuses today. I inside. Back inside, people. Again, inside today. Bread today. Wait, where's this? To Nezo, if you think bringing home bread today will solve our problem, you're late. What? A Rasta man from Kiss bring 2 bread home already. Have a wonderful what if?
Alright, watch out it here now. I don't know what kind of corporation it is working in this QRAP area. And I will continue making videos until they sort out this. You understand? And the owners of this compound and them having the place and thing nasty and things so. It must have some kind of relevant authorities to deal with things like this. Because this is what causing the flooding. Right now we're in the rainy season. And what's going on? All kind of bottle and paper and this and that. Running through the people, running back, rolling back out into the drainage, and then it becoming an issue for everybody else. You understand? Somebody had to be held accountable for having all the rubbish and this and that in this place. Watch out what I'm showing you here. Watch the level of rubbish in this place. Watch it. Watch it. I was now here night before. And the same rubbish was there before, is the same rubbish I come and meet again. You can understand that? So like 2-3 days of rubbish you see in here. Right through. And what's the drainage? What's the drainage? This rubbish here going and end up somewhere along them people and them business people place down there. These people, these residents who live in around here, this going and end up in that drain on any day, clogging up the drain. You understand? These things and them have to stop by. And they not QRAP alone, you know. More people should come out and show them. Look, I passed through open just now there. But if you see bush, they know start to cut the bush. Some new thing called NIH something. I don't know. But at least they start. Somebody had to start doing something about this. But you see this? This is craziness. Imagine you driving down here as a tourist or somebody who going to buy food, and there's the first thing you meeting up. That's not nice. With this manhole here for if you ain't cleaning it. With the manhole there for if you ain't cleaning it, boy. I'm making no sense, boy. We had to do better than that, boy. Whoever is running the corporation for QRAP had to do better than that. Watch it. Watch him. Watch her talking about. See? He go on in the bag and he bust in the bag. Watch the amount of homeless people on the street down here. I don't understand why somebody not sorting all these things. What's going on here? What are you looking for? Why these people and them throw this rubbish on them here and it didn't pick up yet with the time? 9:15 in the morning. 9:15 in the morning and it's still a rubbish out here. Watch this. Like the gyro man and them ketchup thing on the bottle and the this and that. Boxes on top here. This lock, it don't have no rubbish in it. And it have boxes on top right. Rubbish all behind here. Somebody had to come and hold these people accountable for keeping the business place clean. You understand? Happy City Bar. Somebody have to be held accountable for keeping a nice place like this clean. Yeah, you can have a place like QF where people come in and eat all kind of nice food thing, all kind of nice thing around here, all kind of thing. You understand? And then you having this place like a housing scheme for pipers. Like craziness. Somebody had to take accountability and deal with that. People opening up the ice cream thing here. You understand? Doing business right around. And all the other place in a mess up. Come on, man. Look at box reach here, reach outside already. Like mad thing. I'm going to find a way to dispose the thing better than ever. You dig? Yeah. I only hope this reach the right ears, you know. I only hope it reach the right ears. Look this one coming out of the box, he going and show you all the box on him hiding. Watch it there. What the kind of mad thing that I'll be doing? Like the only spot that had to throw the rubbish, so they let them throw it right on the ground. So that rubbish going and end up all about here because them pipe on them. Go and pick it up, make bed out of it, and do all kind of mad thing. Watch at it. See what I'm talking about? Craziness. So, like the dumping ground. Devon, the biscuit people come there, they're showing the rubbish right there. Mad thing. And people have business running around here. I will make video until the right people see the kind of shopping that will be going on in this country. They ain't putting out the rubbish at a certain time, you know. They're putting out the rubbish whole day, all day. Madness.
Morning, everybody. This is Redo from Master.com. You know me. Stop. There's some price there. 120 for a case, 4 in the case. We have mixed and crinkle and straight cut. You can mix the case, one each, and no matter. Come on inside there, come on inside there.
Go in, come in with you.
Right. Some kangaroo slash goat. So
where have there, Redo?
Kangaroo slash goat.
Kangaroo slash goat?
Open the case, they can see better.
Uh-huh.
Right, what's that? What's so nice and thing?
Yeah, boy,
freshly cut.
Freshly cut, seen that?
From me yourself.
From you cut that?
Yeah, of course. We have 3 pounds for 100. We have 3 for 111 in the goat. If you don't want plenty bone, you'll get meat only in this.
Alright.
Right. I have 3 pounds for 111 in this lamb.
I see you have a special on cow heel there, Redo.
Yeah.
5 pounds for 85? Oh, shucks. I got to say 3 for 85, but it's 5 for 85. Very nice, sexy cuts. I see a beef 3 pounds for 120.
3 pounds for 120. You can take 4 pounds and all, but you ain't gonna get for 120, right?
Alright.
Right. I have leg and thigh.
That's local, Redo?
Of course. Everything is local except for that person behind me.
Except who? Macario?
No, not Macario. I am.
Moses?
Yeah.
Right.
I have sexy legs.
Right, drumsticks.
They're not like mine, but it's sexy still.
They're not sexy. Alright.
Wings.
Right. I seen you there. Where have we again?
Yeah. If you want some more specials, they could check my boy Navin. Check him out.
Navin, where are they for you? We are nice thing for them today, man. We are nice local.
We can hear you if you hold up the mic, you know.
Local layers again, $60 so nice and local.
You're cutting it up for me?
Cutting up everything for free.
Right.
When you say duck.
When we say duck.
The best duck in town.
The best duck in town, master duck.
And the price is real good. Check out them prices now, man.
Nice big duck.
Nice big duck again.
Right, that's what we're talking.
Only at Masters, nice and fresh.
Yeah, so you have chicken special for them there?
Every day we have chicken specials, man.
Like some nice big size chicken there, 5 for 261, 245, 5, 260.
If you don't want it in big amounts again, it's single too.
Yeah, I want chicken.
Price is very reasonable. You could get it cut up and all if you're in a hurry and you don't want to wait.
Okay.
We have things available for you here today, man. So let's check we at Masters, right? Any
Good morning, it's your boy Jody. Welcome to Masters today. Right here, what's going on? I just want to show you what we're going to do for you today. So if you want to come and you don't want to wait for the fresh stuff, we pre-packaging them. Fresh stuff pre-packaged, watch. Price on point.
Lobster, right? We are the cheapest price.
Correct. Take a walk with man.
I walk in.
Fresh I can do. £10 for 80 clean, and I have a next special for you. Take £20 for 100 this morning if you're taking it home to clean yourself. That's the only catch there. Nice silvers, £5 for 65. Big Valley, $8 a pound. Take £12 for 100.
£12 for 100, the man say.
Snapper, $30.
£3 for 90.
Nice, fresh, local living thing. What's the quality? Right? Trout salmon. Who said trout salmon? Or they like it nice and stiff? We have it. We have it nice and machine gun grade, we call them.
Machine gun, the man saying.
And we know all you like all your carrot and kingfish. We're running a bit of specials for all you. So what we're going to do today again, we're going to continue with these specials, right? What's your grade? Kingfish, $15 a pound. You heard me? £7 for 105. Where else you getting that currently? Carrot, same offer I'm going to give all you. £7 for 105. We have a few bigger ones. It will be a couple dollars more, but we have in stock. Feel free to come now. And just in case, again, as I say, they don't want to wait on the fresh stuff before they come through, we take a walk down by the field. All the steak lovers. Just in case all you decide now to take a little break from the meat, we have all the covered. We have tuna steaks, we have marlin steaks, sliced, packaged, and ready. Just pick up, take home and use to suit you. Right? What's your prices? What's your prices?
Tuna 18 a pound.
No lie, no mama guy, according to my boy Bobby. Right? If in case again, as I said, you don't want to wait, pick up and go, pre-packaged, ready
salmon
to use.
Fillet.
We have salmon fillet, we have whitefish fillet, we have a variety, we have mussels.
We have seafood boil.
Correct is right. We have, and what's your amazing price on the seafood boil?
$60.
$60. Where you getting that in Trinidad right now? Right? Aside from that, nice local mussels, we have lambi, we have clean shrimp, you name it, we have it. We cater for all of your needs. And if it is, as I say again, I'm going to reiterate, you come and you don't want to wait or you're pressed for time, we have pre-packaged, just pick up and go. And anything in store that all you want to reach home in front of your door, as we just say, $40 anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago that's safe, use the home delivery. Feel free, call, WhatsApp your order, and we're going to prepare it and send it straight to you. Bye guys.
You ever had a month where everything finishes at the same time? Come with me to restock my apartment. And yes, this is the fridge that I told all my friends is going to be aesthetically pleasing. I cannot decide on what type of containers I want to put this stuff in, and I want to get it right because they are expensive. Price smart face, and yikes. Honestly, it's not bad. Some of those things are going to last me at least 2 months. That soup is going to last me probably for the rest of the year. That's 200 loads. I have honestly been switching from monthly items to bulk buying. I have like a laundry detergent that I bought from them that's probably going to last me a whole year. Let me know if you guys have tried this. Anyway, my biggest issue with that is some things expire really quickly at PriceSmart. So because I'm not feeding a family of 5 and I don't really like frozen things, it's not always best for me. Then I headed to Massey, and this is where I lost the plot. This was honestly not the best day to shop on Massey. They had the 3 whole chickens for 100. It sold out early, but they have better sales coming down to the end of the month. And don't judge my cut up fruits. I knew that after that day I'm be prepping chicken and stuff tomorrow, I'm gonna be too tired to cut up any fruit, so I just like to get my fruits pre-cut sometimes. Don't judge me. Went on the Massey looking for the chicken and just ended up buying a 2 for 80 something and the 4 for 20 water. Why I read the vegetable man packed them in for me. Wasn't my best day, but $91. And then I got cheddar for $20. So that was basically my day today. What y'all think? Everything except for the messy hole.
We in Korea, Polly, and we seeing the culprit and them here come to pick up the damage. Amalgamated Sanitation Company Limited. Let me see how it go. So you seen one to that rubbish down at the end down there. And see if I can clean up. Let me see how they clean up here. Alright, so this garbage still at the side here. Still that thing here. And I seen them quite down there. So I know I go on if they go and make a reversal. I don't understand that. Bye-bye. That garbage on the side here, all of them pick up that there? Huh? Alright. So now they don't pick up that on the side there. Well, let me see whether they pick up. Alright, so there's the garbage that come to pick up here. This that garbage all of this back in the back here. Turn on my light. Garbage all in the back here. There. See how my paper and thing is here? Let me see how going on there. Let me see how you pick up your garbage. I come to observe how you pick it up. That is a man there, you know. You pick him up, you can go with him and all, you know. For my part. See? It's still a thing, it's still a paper and thing on the ground there. Let me see how it go. And they only pick up them set of little piece of thing because they see me there, you know. But they still the all the rubbish behind here. So I don't understand that. Yeah, I will put all you up. Don't worry. Well, let me see if the corporation will come and clean up the paper and whatnot after. You understand?
Alright, now watch this here. This is them.
Yeah, there we go. Go and talk to the driver here. About picking up the rubbish around the corner.
Rubbish in bags. Shiny on them. You just bring it down somebody grocery.
Yeah.
Then they get them in to clean it in bags. We also be scraping and picking up garbage between stores.
Right, so no. The corporation had to come and clean up that in between the stores.
Oh, the owners who just throw the garbage there, which is wrong. Which is the grocery men on them. They spray them pipers to drop the garbage there, which are not supposed to be doing that.
They're not supposed to be doing that.
Why them popping by the grocery?
No, it's themselves are going by.
It's
themselves are going by. Yeah, well, I know that. It's themselves. Nah, I deal with everybody.
It's them that are dealing with it.
Themselves are going to deal with. Yeah. Yeah. The Chinese and them. Only throwing out set of rubbish and these people and them money happy city here throwing out the rubbish out there, not securing the thing properly. You understand? And allowing all this paper and thing to end up in the people and them drain and bottle and all kind of mad things. You dig? And this is what causing the problems here. I tell you, I will be in all their ass like a tick until they get the thing correct. You dig? Because I live in Trinidad and I fed up at it like see the hour of the night and still have a set of garbage here. These things are them supposed to then move out and go on wherever it's supposed to go. You're fed up at that, boy? Right through, all the train, all the garbage. On the outside, eh? Yeah, whoever is the necessary people have to see this. Can't be throwing that rubbish there all the time, like mad thing. Me know who's the owner of that place, you know, but somebody had to deal with that, right? I want to find out who's the city people, who's the boss in connection with picking up that rubbish there. Chinese, who's supposed to pick up that rubbish at the side, right? Who's supposed to get the rubbish to pick up to move out from the side? Because the garbage truck done pass, you know. So the garbage supposed to be done outside already. So if it stay there, the vegans and them picking it up and carrying it all over the place. So who's supposed to deal with that? You have to get somebody to dispose your rubbish, man. You can't be leaving anything in the front there. Then the garbage going and end up all in the road and all kind of thing. Who are supposed to talk to about that?
Migo.
Amigo, come in. Let him talk to you. Come and show you the garbage. Get the garbage out from there, from the side of that business place there. See this garbage here? This garbage can't stay here. Because the vegans and them going to spread that garbage all over Europe, you understand? So see if you could get that and dump it over in the back so. Because the garbage truck done pass already. You understand? Yeah. This thing had it done.
Yeah, exactly done.
I telling you that had it done. Yeah, so let's see I working. I always working. I'm a serious fella. I'm not on that play thing. Let me go down in the back here now and see after the day done, this hour the night, there's still a rubbish in the back here, so I want to know what going on. Who working on these things and them, right? Let me go, who working on these things? Right, so the rubbish here now, the rubbish like it doubles because obviously people running business, like the bucket thing still here. The garbage container thing there. Everything loose, everything all over the gong here. Like mad people. See, I tell you, the vegans and them just come and open up the bag on them. Open up all the bag. Open the bag. Look, open bag, open. And the longer it stay there, is the more it end up on the gong. Is the more it end up in the drain. You dig? And we have to stop them shipping us by whoever responsible for them thing that to deal with the thing. This business here, there's in the back of their business place. LZ supermarket. Where is this supermarket? JY chicken, right? These are the people in the back here concerning this thing here. Coming going through the tunnel here. Right, it come to the front. JY chicken Chinese food. Watch it there. This is the back of them business place. You understand? I don't know why it is them not cleaning up the rubbish. They clean up in the store, but they ain't cleaning up the rubbish in the place. But anyway, as I tell you, if one man could make it happen, I go make it happen. Watch and see how others do it there. Make them out. I will make them out continuously. You don't know. I'll give you all updates next time. Good night.
What's up, beautiful and amazing people of Trinidad and Tobago. So it's your girl Irene here, and in today's video I want us to talk about the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago. And I don't know if you know what's really happening in Trinidad and Tobago at the moment. Why do you think that so many of them are actually talking about the cost of living? Why does it feel like every dollar buys less? Not just in Trinidad and Tobago, by the way, even in my country where I do live in. So these are the questions that many Trinidadians are actually asking, and today I want us to look at what the people are saying. So I really hope that you watched the clip from the beginning so that you can hear from them what they are saying, because at this point, we are actually looking at facts. These are Trinidadians speaking. We are looking at the challenges that they are facing, and most of them are asking one simple question. If you try to analyze whatever they are saying, and they are wondering, is life becoming too expensive for the average Trinidadian? So my good people, for many families in Trinidad and Tobago, the first shock comes at the grocery store. Something that used to buy at $1, now it's like triple, it's $3. A shopping cart that once costed or cost a few $100, you can imagine now costs more. People have had to adjust their budgets. If you look at basic needs or basic foods, they now seem more expensive than ever. The rice, the cooking oil, chicken, vegetables, fruit, milk, these basic needs that or basic food that you have to use like every day. Many Trinidadians are saying that if they try to compare the prices now and before, oh my god, it's more now than before. So we've seen Trinidadians visiting the supermarket, and they tend to show us before buying the items, and oh my god, it's just crazy. It's crazy to the point that some Trinidadians have actually had to stop buying certain foods completely. Like, you have to buy according to the priority what the family needs first. So everybody's feeling that particular pinch, and I can tell you life is becoming harder and harder. Many of Trinidadians, if you look and follow up on their videos, they're actually choosing cheaper alternatives, and cheaper alternatives will mean that buying smaller quantities and also cutting out some items like those that are not priority, like snacks, and you name them. So Trinidadians are saying that nowadays every trip to the supermarket feels very different, unlike in the past, where if you only went with some few dollars you could actually buy so much. Guys, I can tell you that even me, when I was in high school, like 1,000 shillings, as we use shillings, 1,000 shillings could actually buy shopping for like the whole term, for like 3 to 4 months, and it will be enough, and it will even remain for the next school calendar year. So the total amount that traders pay at the cashier while actually shopping for their items, it keeps surprising them each and every time. Many of them are saying that, hey, oh my god, they now think twice before even buying something or putting something into the trolley. The conversation does not stop at the groceries, by the way. We have the utility bills, which is another big concern. When we talk about utility bills, you're talking about electricity bills, we're talking about water bills, we're talking about the internet bills, we're talking about the phone bills, and oh my god, Trinidadians are saying that these monthly expenses are so high. I don't know even if they can afford again. No. So many households in Trinidad and Tobago are now just watching, and they have nothing to do. But if you talk about electricity bill, what they do is that you can't just put on like all the time. You have to be allowed to be turning off the lights when it's not on yours. Even the use of air conditioner, like, you have to limit the usage, and also reducing unnecessary spending. So we've had some of these people in our clips today saying that they never had to think this much about utilities before. And housing, if you look at the prices that Trinidadians pay for rent, oh my god, it's just so high. And nowadays buying a home feels impossible for many young people. And mortgages, if you even try to get into mortgage, it's like extremely expensive. If you want to go on the other side, or on the other section of constructing your own house. The materials are so expensive, the labor is so expensive. So many of these Trinidadian people are saying that, oh, owning a home nowadays has become a distant dream. And the young people of Trinidad and Tobago, all this is really affecting them because they feel like they have to postpone and delay their big decisions. And some of them continue to live with relatives because honestly, if you want to move out and go and start your own life, life is gonna be so hard. Transportation is another thing that Trinidadians depend on daily, especially for those that go to the market and sell items. Many of them rely on these cars, the workers also, government workers, private workers. So at this point in time, it's just clear to say that also fuel prices matters, maintenance cost matters, and insurance matters. A simple repair can cost thousands and thousands of shillings, unlike before. So if you look at the drivers on the other hand, they're really complaining and saying that keeping a vehicle on the road is becoming more difficult nowadays. Public transport itself, the users are saying that they really feel the pressure because they are really paying very high tax fares that end up affecting their daily budget. Traveling to work has become another stressful expense that everybody has to plan for, like, carefully. And if you look at the healthcare sector in Trinidad and Tobago, oh my god, the medicine prices has really gone up. Even visiting a doctor, for consultation only, it costs so high, and that is even before treatment and buying medicine. So many families are worried about unexpected medical emergencies. I mean, every day they wake up praying to God that, oh my God, we just hope that we are all going to be fine and nobody's going to fall ill, because a single illness can place pressure on an household finances and it can actually bring them down. So many people think about education, and if you think about education, that goes on the side of a parent who take their children to school, or a parent is also going to school. If you look at school supplies, the books, the uniform, and a school bus fare, the lunch, oh my god, all these items, they are really, really so high. And this cost continue throughout the year, and that is really, really not uh, it's not favorable to them, I will say, because many Canadians feel like they're really struggling. So small businesses, oh my god, these people are facing the worst, I will say, because you see they have to pay taxes, and they have to pay licenses. It's so difficult. So operation costs in business is really, really high. The utilities cost more, supplies, shipping costs, so businesses, if you see them, they've been forced to increase the prices of items, and they're just they I mean, it has just uh, okay, I'm really failing to put this into a better sentence, but you imagine being forced, because of the high cost of everything, you're forced to just accept smaller profits. So others have even closed their businesses, which is very, very bad, and I feel for them. And that is really concerning, because you see, for people to pay taxes, they need to be running businesses around, because you cannot depend on the salaries from, or the taxes from, the workers only. No, you also need business people. So as much as the cost of living is going high, many salaried people have not been they have not increased their salaries. So you can imagine that pressure that's put on them. And as much as some of these Trinidadians receive a paycheck, expenses keep rising each and every day, each and every time, and that creates pressure everywhere, all around us. And of course, when the pressure builds up among the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you'll see them asking so many questions, and difficult ones. How are we going to save? How are we going to invest? How are we going to prepare for the future, for the retirement? So you see, many young people are saying that if you save money, it's gonna help you. But now we are in a point whereby saving money has become very difficult, because you see, in this particular nation of ours, we tend to have life policies whereby you pay for so that you can at least prepare for your retirement, and there are so many types of them. So nowadays it's very difficult to be in a position to pay for insurances that will cover for you when you die, or rather, or even when you retire. So we've seen many people saying that you are paid today, but after a week everything is gone, because yeah, you need to pay the rent, you need to pay water bill, internet, school fees, clothes, food. Oh my god, it's just a lot of work, you know. And remember, in third world countries it's very difficult to get like 2 or 3 jobs, unlike in America, a first world country, whereby you can even work like 5 or 6 jobs. So uh, if you have a paycheck and you start a side business, okay, I understand you're trying to search for an extra income, right? But again, it's going to be very difficult, because many people, if you look at them, they're on fixed income, and when prices rise, their income stays the same. So you just have to reduce the spending on the things that you once enjoyed. I mean, you just have to accept that, or you start depending on relatives, which is not really easy. So if you look at Trinidad and Tobago, we've seen so many people coming out with receipts when they go to the supermarket, trying to compare what they have bought today versus what they bought like 3 or 10 years ago. And we've seen so many of them blaming on inflation, global situations, and supply chain problems. So higher shipping costs will eventually affect the prices at home. International conflict, definitely it's going to affect. Rising energy prices, oh my god. So many economists at this point, I will say that they will tend to agree that global inflation has really affected countries around the world. And Trinidad and Tobago is not alone. It's not the only country that's affected. We have so many others. And imported goods, most of the time, they become more expensive. And we'll see businesses pass some of those costs to consumers. And that's what normally happens, by the way. It's not like it doesn't happen, it happens everywhere across the world. At the same time, we see some Trinidadians are believing that, you see, these local policies, they do matter. And they believe that, you see, if there are stronger measures that could be put in place so that families could get help, then it will be better. But again, the government is doing what it can under difficult global conditions, and we also need to understand that, because you see these different opinions from Trinidadians, they'll continue to shape public debate, by the way. And one thing that is clear is that people want solutions. There is nothing else that they want, it's just solutions. And one of the solution is that they want support on local food production or industries, local industries, because you see, if you plant, if you produce, if you do everything in your country, then everything is going to be quite affordable compared to if you import most of these items. So if you grow more food locally, that will actually reduce the dependence on imports, and it's going to be really nice and good to the economy of the country. Again, if the government supports the local farmers, oh my god, we will have food security for like the rest of the years. And of course, wages needs to be increased, by the way. Whenever government comes in to sit down on budget, they need to look at what Trinidadians are going through and budget for their increment, because it's through that they'll be able to have a better life and even have high expectancy rate. So I know families will find it really hard, but if the government comes with such kind of solutions, local production, local everything, then it will be very easy to cope, because at the end of the day, the business owners also, they want small businesses, people, they want support. And if you help small businesses to create if you help small businesses, I can honestly tell you that they are going to create so many jobs, because if business is booming, then they'll need more people to attend to more customers, and that in that way you would have created a job, and that's how things are going to be beautiful and amazing. So we've seen many Trinidadians discuss these particular issues, and others are even talking about education, and they're like, oh my god, yeah, before I joined this nursing school, I wish I would I had been told some of these things like ABCD, avoiding unnecessary debt, like building emergency savings. These are some of the habits that can really help families to manage and maneuver difficult situations. But again, many of our Trinidadians still believe that budgeting alone cannot solve a rising cost of living. If income remains unchanged, then there's only so much that families can cut. And of course, this conversation is it's more than numbers, by the way. It's all about the daily life that each of us live, not just Trinidadians. It's about the parents who are trying to provide for their children, the students who are chasing their dreams, the workers who are trying to get ahead and plan for their future, the retirees who are hoping to enjoy peaceful years after retirement. So the cost of living, as you can see, affects everybody, whether you're rich or poor. It's going to affect you. Whether you're old or young, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect different households differently, and that's according to the income that you have. So we all remain optimistic and believe that the economy will improve, as much as many other people really are worried. They still hope that relief will come in one day, one time. It's only time that will tell how conditions change, right? It's only time. Anyway, what remains certain is that Trinidadians continue talking about these issues, and they're sharing ideas, opinions, and of course, we all want answers. Anyway, guys, I really want to hear from you. What do you think about this particular topic of ours today? Let me know in the comment section. I'll really appreciate your thought on this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. I love you to the moon and back. Please subscribe to the channel.